At first, you stayed silent to keep the peace, believing it was the only way to maintain harmony. You meticulously avoided confrontation, hoping to prevent any arguments from escalating. You genuinely didn't want anyone to get hurt, especially not those you cared about, so you chose to hold your tongue, thinking it was the most compassionate path. But as the days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, a profound realization began to dawn on you. You slowly understood that this silence, once a shield, no longer offered any real protection. Instead, it had become a cage, locking you deeper and deeper inside yourself, isolating you from genuine connection and expression. You swallowed countless words that desperately yearned to be spoken, words that held your truth, your feelings, your needs. Each time, you rationalized it, telling yourself, "It's not the right time to bring this up." Or, with a hopeful sigh, you'd think, "They'll understand eventually, without me having to say a thing." You convinced yourself that your unspoken thoughts would somehow be intuitively grasped. But the painful truth was, no one ever did understand. Because, in reality, no one was truly listening to the silence you offered. And then, one day, when the moment finally arrived, when you gathered every ounce of courage to speak your mind, to articulate what had been festering within, your voice simply didn't come out. It was as if the words themselves had forgotten how to form. You had forgotten the fundamental art of expression, the vital skill of defending your own boundaries, and even the cathartic release of tears. Silence, once a temporary strategy, had insidiously transformed into your comfort zone, a familiar, albeit suffocating, space. And in a desperate attempt to rationalize this profound stillness, you started calling it peace, mistaking absence of conflict for genuine tranquility. But that, my friend, is not peace at all. That is a profound act of surrender, a giving up of your own voice and agency. Silence isn't always a calm, serene state. Sometimes, it is the most deafening, most agonizing scream imaginable, a silent cry for help, for understanding, for recognition, a scream that echoes only within the confines of your own being, a scream that no one else ever hears. The more you continue to hold everything in, the more you gradually disappear, fading into your own internal echo chamber, becoming a ghost of your former self. So, when someone, perhaps with genuine concern or perhaps with a hint of judgment, eventually asks you, "Why didn't you speak up? Why did you stay silent for so long?" They don't, and perhaps can't, realize the depth of your journey. They don't comprehend that you already left that conversation, that argument, that relationship, that part of yourself, long, long ago. The silence you embraced, once a perceived refuge, no longer possesses the power to save you from the consequences of your unexpressed truth. It has lost its protective charm. Perhaps, in the quiet corners of your soul, you've already paid an immeasurable price for every single word you chose not to say, for every truth you held back. It makes one wonder, doesn't it? When was the very last time you consciously chose to stay silent, to hold your peace, to bite your tongue? Was it truly because you genuinely wanted to preserve a fragile peace, to avoid discord at all costs, believing it was the higher path? Or was it, in a more heartbreaking and profound sense, because there was simply no one left in your world who was truly willing to listen, no one who offered a safe space for your voice to finally emerge? Deep judgment,